Alrighty, welcome into Chalk Talk Social. It is Tuesday, August 18th. First of all, happy anniversary to my wife. Seems like every time we record or the episodes comes out, there's like someone in my family's birthday or something an event going on in my life, something like that. We got Joey. He might join today. He was having some internet trouble, so we figure we'll just start ripping without him. But if he comes in, he comes in. Joey, what's going on, man? How we feeling today?
Closer to beautiful football season, and I went to the Bears preseason game this weekend, so got my first little taste of beautiful fall sports on the lakefront. So,
Like what you see?
yeah, I mean, it was all backups and Tyson Bagent throwing the rock, but they still put up 34 points. So Ben Johnson said he wants to be the highest scoring offense in the league in history. So they started out with a bang.
They did. I wouldn't put that type of jinx out there before the season even starts,
No.
but I
And the
appreciate the ambition.
Yeah, and the best was, even though I'm team they're going to stay in Illinois, don't believe what you hear. There was some guy in the 300 levels that posted over the weekend from his seats. He could see the Hammond
Oh, I
skyline
saw that.
across the way. And he's like, I'll post it for fun. The thing got like 3 million, 4 million views. It was crazy.
I did
So
see that.
that was great. Just when they did the drone shot back to Chicago, he was like, I can
And
see the smokestacks from here.
and the Bears are officially still the Chicago Bears after that dude who put out that whole
He's getting
debacle.
roasted.
Oh yeah, that's hang it up. You're done, buddy. You've lost it forever. So a guy faked being Dan Katz, Big Cat from Barstool, faked being Big Cat. He sent him, and the guy's like, so they're talking over or DM, and the guy's like saying, "No, man, I got these sources." He's trying to say he's Dan Katz. The guy's like, "Well, I don't know if I can trust that." And the guy, literally, so the guy who was faking being Big Cat finds the first picture on the internet when you search Big Cat and sends it in like the DM to try to as proof that he's Big Cat. Guy totally falls for it, puts out this post that the Chicago Bears is a big thing. They're going to Indiana, and Indiana's saying you got to change the Indiana Bears. And it went mega viral. And then 2 days later, he's like, yeah, so I got duped. Um, and he's now deleted the post after, and he is just tarnished. You got to hang it up, pal. Like, I'm sorry, it's over for you, bud.
Because he's like a decent Bears follow, and now it's just
That's tough.
You go
Tough.
bad.
I don't know how you come back from that.
Can't.
Part of that job is like earning credibility and trust, and you got duped in the worst way. You didn't verify anything outside of what you thought was being. I don't even know how you fall for that in the DMs. It was obviously not Big Cat. So
Bad.
Hilarious there. In other news, Cowboys have added Von Miller. Really wish email was here so I could tell him how, hey, the Cowboys they saw a couple weeks of Rashawn Gary and said we need more. So he's back in action with a team, probably a contender. And we know Von Miller, I mean, if he's just healthy, he's going to be a contributor. He's not what he once was, but nice piece for the Cowboys to pick up there. But some other things have happened around preseason that are less nice, and a couple of your guys, Joey. So we got touch on, some of these preseason injuries and which one is like actually a cause for concern. Maybe will have the biggest impact. So the biggest news, unfortunately, Jordan Tyson, what we all feared is he is already hurt again. He is set to miss 2 months. It is his third strained hamstring since 2025. That's not a misspeak. That like since 2025, this is his third one. Obviously, he's had the other injuries. And so now he's going to be on a little stint to start the season, which again, like this is why he fell in the draft, was because he's made of glass and he's already back on the shelf. Jeremiah Love, Cardinals, they ran him into the dirt in that first preseason game. Now he's got a sprained ankle. He's done for the preseason. And now you got Luther Burden, your guy, and Kyle Monungai. So Burden's done for the preseason with a groin injury, which not exactly an injury you want for a position player. And when those are so easy to re-aggravate. And if you don't have like sustained rest and recovery. So it sounds like he might miss week 1. And now Kyle Monungai on Sunday, he got banged up with his knee. And now he is out a couple of weeks with a knee injury, Joey. So your Bears on the shelf already. 2 huge players for that offense, which, hey, you know what? Shut them down for preseason. Let them get healthy. By week 2, we're back and feeling good, which what I think is like Luther Burden, those groin injuries, man. you gotta let those things. You gotta let that puppy rest for a minute. So sensitive. Are you okay? Pulse check.
I'm okay because it's August 18th. If this was closer to the season, you get scared. But they got a little under a month to go. But the difficulty is these injuries aren't like, oh, you, I don't know, twisted something or you broke something and there's a timetable. Like these are ones, like you said, that take time. And if you're a Bears fan, you remember with Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson on defense, groin injuries took forever. Jalen Johnson was never the same player last year. Now he's finally healed, but you took a top corner out of football because you rushed him back, or he wanted to rush back, whatever it was, and got even more injured. Yeah. So it's going to be a tall task to start between those injuries plus Kobe Bryant on defense and others.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one. That's a huge one.
And that
he's at what,
upgraded
4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6 months.
Oh,
it was weeks. That's what Schefter reported. And then Ben Johnson came out at the press conference last week, and he's like, I don't know what Schefter's talking about. We knew all along it was a 4 to 6 month injury.
Wow.
He's done for the year. Done for the year.
Damn, that was such a big signing too, and it needed to go. I mean,
because they got rid of all their other safeties.
You got rid of all the safeties. You got a rookie in there.
Yep.
So it's just like, would have loved to have a vet who's like been on the ups and ups being there next to him. So that's a huge. Hey, I did see Ozzie Tripoli. He's activated. Shocking because again, potentially like career-ending injury with what he sustained, and so he's back. So that's a plus.
Yes.
Will it be enough to overcome some other things? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a little worried there. I mean, so in other news around the NFL,
trust in Ben Johnson. We trust they'll be okay.
Yes, he can overcome deficiencies.
It doesn't matter Eberflus coaching a team.
Very true, and you got a good DC, so we'll see. I mean, the problem for the defense was the secondary, but I mean, as long as Tyreek Stevenson's not doing stupid things, which, big if, and as long as why am I blanking on Cat's name? Your star corner, Jalen Johnson. As long as he's healthy. Muhammad's a nice player. He seems like he'll be a good add to that secondary. Thieneman will be fine. So you got pieces around there, but they need to have a bounce back. So losing Bryant, not great. But 49ers, they're still dealing with George Kittle looking to come back. CMC, he's now dealing with, quote, tightness. 49ers are trying to downplay it, but I mean, again, it's a little concerning. We're talking about a 30-year-old who has been banged up a lot throughout his career and coming into the season already kind of a little shaken up, not exactly where you want him. Chuba Hubbard over at the Panthers is considered week to week with hamstring injuries, which another concern here is like if you're a team that's now relying on Jonathan Brooks as the only healthy option at running back, banking on a guy's health who has not played much football at all since being drafted out of Texas, that's also scary because until proven otherwise, he is an injury liability. And then sticking with running back with the Packers, Josh Jacobs has also fallen victim to a growing injury. And right now, same thing as the Panthers. Their only other viable running back is Marshawn Lloyd, who's been injured always since coming into the NFL. And that's all you got outside of Jacobs if he's right. And just like Burden, man, if with those growing injuries, you need to be resting for a while. Those things are so easy to retweak. And when you're planting hard, you're cutting a lot, you're running fast speeds, man. You got to really make sure you're 100%. I mean, Jordan Love had a groin injury. What was it, 2 years ago now? And hampered the absolute hell out of him. He was like Jared Goff, or had to play like Jared Goff. He took away a big part of his game with being mobile and being able to make plays outside of the pocket. And he had to deal with that kind of all season, and he just never looked right. So 2 injuries definitely don't sound as bad at face value, but they can linger and they can crush you for a long hot minute. So I don't know. Is there one in particular out of this list we just ran through that you're like, this one might have like the highest impact to F up this team in the early goings or potentially season long?
I think it's got to be Jordan Tyson. We were so high on him. And when we picked the Saints as kind of that pick to click to take that next step a couple of shows ago, this is a team that's on the rise that doesn't have its, stars yet. where this guy was going to build into that stardom and a huge part of an offense with Tyler Shuck growing. Like it was part of this whole offensive group effort, if you will, to bring this team up. And so for him to miss 2 months to start the year, that's a big chunk of time to miss with a team that's trying to get its footing versus if you're, the Patriots or the Seahawks and you're a top team that can survive a big injury for a few weeks to a month.
Yeah.
This is a team that's more reliant on a young player like Tyson that's going to be a little stuck here to start the year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this one's pretty clear. Tyson is the biggest impact. You look behind him on the depth chart. It's Devon Vele, who a really old guy, really old breakout last year. He's 28 this year. I can't even say breakout. He had 25 catches, but the Saints fans are all pretty high on Vele. He's 28. He hasn't done anything in his career, and they're thinking this guy can be an impact player for them. That's your next best option, which is like not a great option. And besides that, obviously Chris Olave, he got paid, but we know he could get hurt at any point too. He's an elite weapon, but again, just like Tyson, he might be gone at any point too. So if he doesn't stay healthy, I don't know, man. Yeah, the Tyson one is huge. Like you said, this offense is looking to take the next step. Shuck's looking to solidify himself as the guy. Kellen Moore's trying to prove himself as the coach and his system. And we're gonna have to see how good that system is, because now you don't got the wide receiver 2 you're banking on. But at the same point, realistically, you would hope the Saints took into account the history with Jordan Tyson, was his injuries, and be like, all right, we got to at least have a plan if he's not there, which who knows? And he's already not there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that Saints offense operates in the early goings. You obviously bring in ETN, who can handle a bit of pass work. You still got Kamara there, who can also handle a lot of pass work. So it'll be very.
How's Kamara still in the league? He's like 1,000 years old. I feel like he's always there.
Hey man,
it's amazing.
I don't know. He's never a problem in the locker room. He's loved through and through throughout that city, throughout that team. He has just barely stayed healthy enough recently to stay around and get more money out of that team. And he's out there, especially now in his age and his injuries, like being a compliment back for him at this point might just be more effective for everyone involved, for the entire offense. And if Tyson's gone, man, I would expect to see a lot of ETN and Kamara getting peppered in targets early on, because it's otherwise it's Chris Olave, Johnson, and I mean, maybe Deshaun Vele ends up being this guy the Saints fans are hoping for, but I just don't see that happening. There's nothing there to be that excited about. 25 catches last year. We're talking about a guy who should be fourth string on just at best on any team, and he's done nothing to really validate more than that. And hopefully by the time now he's 28 years old, he breaks out. Oh, but we'll see. I mean, if he was going to be something, he would have been something by now. You know what I'm saying? Really old rookie, right, just like Shuck, because he's only 2 years in the league. But yeah, that's got to be the biggest one. And like Eman was saying with Jeremiah Love, what are y'all doing giving him so much in preseason game 1? There's a level of balancing, getting him some looks against some live reps against some other teams versus like giving him a full game's workload as if it's a regular season in his first ever game, managing him a little bit better. And of course, like, now he's banged up, and the risk was not worth the reward of seeing him average 5 yards a carry in a preseason game. And now he's going to, be done for the preseason. And an ankle injury is not where you want. You're supposed to be star running back. Yeah, highest paid, most guaranteed money in the NFL at the position, to be starting his year with a sprained ankle or an ankle injury. So not great. Huge impacts if he's missing any time. They got Algier. They still got James Conner. Trey Benson is just, I had such high hopes for him. He's not living through, but couple concerning injuries. Jordan Tyson, though, I agree, biggest fallout for sure if he can't get
and that's the problem with football. Like, we love it, but the preseason is still a game, right? Okay, if you play basketball or baseball, like, it's not a contact sport in the same way. So you're not as worried about your stars in the preseason. This is why we're finding so many more teams now are like, preseason is not worth it. Like, I'd be surprised if we saw Caleb Williams and the Bears in the next 2 weeks. Like, I think it's been pretty clear that he gets a lot more reps from intense practices and joint practice scrimmages than the risk it would be in a preseason game. And it's just tough because with rookies and young players, you want to see them in that action. But the injury risk is just so scary. I don't know. And I was listening to Mike Florio the other day for NBC and PFT Live, and they're talking about how they expand the league, and it used to be 6 preseason games, and now it's 4, and now it's
Mhm.
3. And then, if eventually in 10 years the league goes to 18 or 20 games, like they'll just do away with the preseason. And that'd be a really interesting concept of, okay, you got 20 regular season games, let's say, and you go to the preseason. What effect does that have on the first couple of weeks of your season where you got rookies making their debut literally in their first game ever? And that's sometimes, I think, this argument where you see the first couple of weeks of the year be kind of slow because people aren't playing in the preseason to get those reps. But then you don't want to see this slew of injuries that completely derail an entire team's first 2 months. It's like a chicken or the egg here, or a
Mhm.
rock and a hard place, whatever analogy you want to use. It's weird and difficult in football to balance that. And we're seeing every coach do it differently.
Mhm. Yep. I don't know. I don't know. I get it. That's why I was saying there's a level of you got to be really smart with how you manage these guys. And I think there were some mistakes early on here, and we'll see. I mean, I can see the NFL if they look to because the NFL is always talking about, can we expand into another game? Well, that better mean preseason is maximum 2 games, which it does give you a tougher time to evaluate some of these dudes who like rely on these games to make a roster, and you get to
True.
see what they look like, even if it's against backups. Like you get to see it matters for that depth because injuries always happen, and you want to make sure your depth is taken care of with the best possible guys, and you want to be able to evaluate those players the same way you evaluate who's going to be your starters. And so taking away those preseason games and those guys losing those reps, the coaches losing that scouting is going to matter. And it is a very difficult thing to balance. So I understand. But man, if you know you got a superstar, just leave them the hell off the field. Like one drive max, just to get your feet wet, if anything. And then you're done, shut down. Let's be serious in practice in the sense of like practices are going to still be balls to the wall, high leverage situation type shit. But yeah, I hate to see all these injuries. I know the Packers just sustained a couple of little things here and there too. But speaking of some other things related to some of these guys we're talking about, why don't we transition quickly into way too early offensive and defensive rookie of the year pick, right? We'll have our guy. I think there's some very obvious choices. And I'm going to personally try to avoid the most obvious ones. Like Jordan Tyson is up there if he just stays healthy, which now he's already cut into that. Jeremiah Love is going to be the number one candidate for this one. And in every reason, rightfully so, he probably will end up winning it. I mean, just to preface that, like, we're not stupid. And then Mendoza is going to be another favorite, but still TBD on if he's even going to be quarterback one at any point, when he will be. If Kirk Cousins plays well enough, like, will they hand the keys over to Mendoza? Like, if the Raiders are winning football, Mendoza and Cousins not just blowing it, I mean, how long do you get it? Is it not till Thanksgiving when he comes in type situation? So a couple guys to consider here, or a couple obvious guys, but there's more guys to consider. Carnell Tate, Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Mikhail Lemon, Jadarian Price, some guys who are set up for some big roles early on, among other guys. And I know one sleeper, real sleeper for me, is not my pick, but I'm just going to say this. One sleeper is Kenyon Sadiq, tight end over at the Jets. I would not be surprised if Kenyon Sadiq randomly ends up leading the Jets in targets this year, or yards, or he's going to lead the Jets in yards or targets or catches or receiving touchdowns. I bet you any money he leads in at least one of those four and makes a really strong push as rookie of the year because Geno Smith, I can bank, is going to try to pepper him a lot of little dump offs to the tight end, get comfortable. So that's my undercover pick. Joey, who you got though as your way too early pick for offensive rookie of the year?
My way too early pick is going to be betting on a team that you should never bet on. Is the Cleveland Browns and Casey Concepcion. Got a glimpse of him this weekend against the Bears. I think he got the first 30-yard run of the game for them on a big play, and was a one missed tackle away from scoring. But I think he's just going to be a stud, and you just hope that the Browns can get it together to make sure it does work. Because if you look at that room, Casey, Boston Fannin, Judy, Judkins, like there's a lot on that offense, and that can be really potent. It's just the Browns. So you don't know if it's going to work. But, E-Man's normally your hot take guy. I'm not really believing in Shedeur Sanders. I
No.
think it's going to be Deshaun Watson, whether that's week 1 or week 3 or 4.
To
And
lose.
yes, but if he's healthy, which is a big if, he might be okay.
Maybe.
He might be okay there, because I remember before he got hurt, like all the revisionist history of the Bears stuff with Trubisky and everything, and before he got in,
That's right.
massage land and hurt, it was like they didn't even scout Watson. Like, they openly admitted that. They looked at Mahomes and Trubisky and got it wrong, clearly. But the point is, if healthy and if in the right system, it can work. And maybe now at this stage in Watson's career, because he can't move as much, you've got all these guys, these young playmakers that can move, shifty guys. It could work. So I'm buying the Casey Concepcion stock. He was just too good in college to not have it translate, and he showed some flashes this weekend in at least game 1 for him and camp to make me believe in what he's got going on. How about you?
Yeah. I hate this. I feel very uncomfortable saying it, but I'm actually going to agree on this one with Casey Concepcion. If he's on any other team, I don't even know how much I'm hesitating. But
Right.
like you said, they got miles of that offense. The Browns have legitimately stacked nice talent between him, Boston Fannin, Judy's whatever, but like even Judkins could be a really good running back. Can they actually figure out how to scheme up feeding all those mouths effectively? That's the first thing I'm worried about. The second part, like you said, is the quarterback. There's been not much coming out of camp or anything that makes you feel super confident about what the Browns got going on at quarterback yet, regardless of who's back there. And that is going to matter. And the reason I think that also kind of can play into Concepcion being putting up numbers that could get him Rookie of the Year is because I think there's going to be enough quarterback turnovers to where they're probably going to have to pass a lot. The defense doesn't have Myles Garrett out there. They are still going to be a very potent defense, a good defense. They're probably still going to give up some more points. Like Jared Verse, really nice player. He's not Myles Garrett. The defense, I'm not like sold is going to be a top 5, just menacing, unbreakable defense. And so I still see this Browns offense in a sense finding themselves passing the football a lot, which is terrifying to think when you got Watson and Shedeur back there, and you got to bank that Watson taps back into a form of himself that we haven't seen, and it feels like a decade at this point.
I know.
Which it hasn't even been that long, but it feels like it's been forever ago since we've seen Deshaun Watson play good football, and he's already done some dumb shit. So is Shedeur. And so that's the only thing, because otherwise, Concepcion has been a standout all camp, all preseason. He looks already like he is locked in wide receiver 1 for the Browns. And it's everything I'm reading. He's catching everything at camp. You saw in that game against the Bears, that contact balance he had going for the touchdown was absurd. He's a freak athlete. Both quarterbacks, Shedeur, Watson, they're talking so highly of him. They're freaking peppering him. And I like it because he's used to playing an extremely high volume role, which again, I think there's going to be a level of the Browns are going to be passing at a high volume, because I think there's going to be deficiencies that force them to pass to have to stay in games more. And there's going to be a lot of wait and see with that Browns offense, to be honest. But he had a 27% target share in college, which was the highest number in this whole class. So you can give him the wide receiver volume. He's getting a ton of separation all camp. That's been one of the biggest things, is he's separating with ease. The Browns are using him as a true wide receiver, not just this deep guy, not just this return guy, like everything, all of the different route tree pieces. And he's done it against the best talent. And again, you go look at one game I just randomly was watching before this, was the LSU game. He played getting covered by Mansour Delaney, the Chiefs' first-round pick, 6th overall, presumed best cornerback in this draft. If you want to see what Concepcion can do against top talent, go watch that game, and you'll be like, yeah, he's probably going to cook a lot of really good DBs this year. So, like I said, if he's in any other team, this is probably a much easier pick. I'm avoiding the obvious ones here. Carnell Tate's another really good option here. It appears he's locking down wide receiver 1 with the Titans, but again, quarterback is the biggest concern. That said, I think Carnell Tate's going to get loaded with targets this year. Mm-hmm. Volume, and they're definitely going to be playing from behind a lot with their defense. And same with Jadarian Price is another pick. He hasn't claimed RB1 yet. He's he's going to be in a 3-man backfield. As good as he is, he might get like the majority, but when Charbonnet comes back, he's going to take snaps. George Holani is like somehow the presumed starter in Seattle right now, and he's going to take snaps. So I don't think there's going to be enough of a role for Jadarian Price. And then Mekhi Lemon, I'm kind of fading him. And it's less about Mekhi Lemon. It's more about the fact that Dontavian Wicks is balling out. And if he can just catch footballs, he's already one of the best route runners in ball. And it sounds like he's really eating into the opportunity as Mekhi Lemon as the second wide receiver on this team. And Mekhi Lemon, I've said this plenty of times, he thrives in the middle of the field. A lot of his money is made there. And that is where Jalen Hurts historically is just throwing the ball the least in his career. And did you see the post? The Eagles admin on Twitter posted Jalen Hurts throwing an interception over the middle of the field during camp. Did you see this?
Oops, no.
Oh, boy, did they get roasted for that one. They posted him throwing a pick over the middle of the field. Like, yo, that was funny. That was a great day on Twitter to be around for the reactions to that one, to say the least.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
That was great. All right, defense. Sorry,
defense.
You to add there?
No. Just it's Eagles Twitter is a scary place. So to put that up there, it took some balls. I got to tell you.
That was a big no-no. That person is probably updating their LinkedIn and looking for new employment right about now.
Big time.
Yep.
My pick on defense, I gotta go with Rueben Bain. I'm sick and tired of people not drafting or undervaluing people because of arm length. And this is coming from someone who's never played football and is a little guy with little arms. But I can do many things, okay? So this whole dinosaur arm crap that they keep talking about Rueben Bain is ridiculous. His game is already translating. He's on a team that understands how to use him defensively. He's got a good surrounding cast to rush the passer if Vita Vea stays and Clancy and others. But he's in a system that'll work, and he was really, really good. And he's already showing signs of that in camp. He's going against Tristan Wirfs, one of the top tackles in football, and doing well. It's just not a problem. And I can't understand for the life of me when some GMs and some scouts or even talking heads will go, this guy's fallen because he's got little arms. And it's like, okay, maybe his nose is crooked or his finger goes one way wrong, but he's still Rueben Bain. So I think you're just sleeping on him. And this could be a cold take in 4 months. Who cares? But for right now, I'm buying that stock. He was too damn good in college. And unlike Casey Concepcion, he's in too good of a infrastructure and system defensively that will support him. Even if there are issues in his development, he's not going to flounder because he's got the coaching and got veterans around him to really help him. So I'm buying it.
I mean,
mark it down. I'm buying it.
I'm all there. I mean, again, we're talking about a guy who could have been the first pass rusher off the board in this draft. He was not. He fell. We all know it's very clear he's playing with a chip on his shoulder this year. He's playing pissed off because of the way he fell because of the arm thing, which, every NFL team looks for. It's a game of inches and this and that, but he dominated at the highest level. Run defense, pass defense, sacking, fast, huge. So yeah, he's going to be, I think, an immediate, 10 plus sack guy. He's going to be effective in the run game. And, again, other easy picks here that we could easily go with, like David Bailey is currently the betting odds favorite to be the defensive rookie of the year. Caleb Downs is right there. First of all, David Bailey, first preseason games, I guess gotta say, no gloves, no sleeves, no tape, no bands, nothing, no aura. He was raw dogging his aura game, zero aesthetic. And what I'm trying to say here is he's probably going to be amazing because if Nick Chubb has taught us anything about having zero aura and being really damn good at football in the process, then David Bailey's probably going to be awesome. And it sounds like he's already taken a huge stride in his run defense with his new coach. Carl Dunbar is esteemed D-line coach who's like renowned for his ability to coach up run defense. And it sounds like from a lot of the reporters that Bailey is just in a big way coming on in that sense. So he's a really easy pick here. I've seen some guys talking about the fact that he's just been must-watch TV, essentially, if you could watch TV, that like he's appointment television with the way the clinic he's been putting on. So he's probably going to be damn good. But like I said, Caleb Downs, another easy pick here. I was kind of down between like, and even Mansour Delaney, like cornerback 1 for the Chiefs on day 1, and they got nothing else there. So he literally has to be good for them. And he's very talented. So I was like, Rueben Bain, Sonny Styles with Dan Quinn is probably going to be incredible.
That's true.
But I'm going Arvell Reese here. Like I almost am to the point I was like, I don't have any doubt in my mind Arvell Reese can probably, I have no doubt. That all makes sense. Arvell Reese is going to be defensive rookie of the year, and I feel pretty damn good about it, right? He's arguably playing behind one of the best pass rushing groups in football. That's going to be a problem. When you're a great linebacker with a great thing in front of you, man, he's going to be able to play free and fast. That's on top of being a guy who himself, just on any given season, can give you 6 to 10 sacks. He can lock up a tight end or a running back. He's naturally instinctive. He's rapidly decisive. He's praised for his absurdly low missed tackle rate. On top of the fact that the dude runs a 4.46 as a giant human being. And if he's not the most talented, top to bottom player in this rookie class, if he's not number 1, he's not outside of the top 2. I was going to leave it that simple. You can see it right away in preseason. He's so quick to see the gap and fill it. And when he comes, when it comes to like being in the backfield, then he's great with his contain. We saw him do that against McCarthy, where he had to contain, brought down McCarthy, forced him back inside. He has the ability to get home to the quarterback. He makes everyone else on that front more dangerous because you got to account for freaking Arvell Reese as an off-ball / edge guy, kind of like how Parsons came to in the league, like an off-ball who's going to give you a lot as a pass rusher and maybe even transition into more of a pass rusher. So if a guy like Brian Burns regresses or Thibodeau doesn't really fully break out, you got Arvell Reese, who has some of the best pass rush traits in this entire class, and he's technically an off-ball linebacker, and he can fill any void. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arvell Reese finishes with 10 sacks this year. I'm being dead honest. He might 10 sacks as an primary off-ball linebacker, and that's with Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, who's been playing more inside, kicking inside a little bit. And they got Tremaine Edmonds, he's not like great by any means, but he's a serviceable off-ball linebacker. There's far worse options there. So yeah, I'm locked in. Arvell Reese. Like I get the Caleb Downs hype, I get the David Bailey hype, but Arvell Reese is a specimen among specimens in terms of his stature and what he can do on the football field. Like I think the Giants got themselves a new Lawrence Taylor type of player here in terms of the disruption and chaos he's going to be able to cause, man. I'm talking leaving offensive coordinators up at night to account for him on top of what else they got to account for on that front. He might already be the most imposing one to have to account for in a front seven that is pretty stacked at this point. I'm in.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell. I'm in.
No, I have to agree with you. It goes back to exactly what I said before. It's football. If there's anything I've learned watching for many years, it's all about your fit in your team. Mm-hmm. And when you now have him with Abdul Carter, Thibodeau, Brian Burns, okay, great. But you're in a system and with a coach like John Harbaugh that suddenly gives you that credibility back that you can work well and win and grow. And Arvell Reese is going to be an absolute monster. If he goes to Cleveland or somewhere else, you don't know. Man, I'm really bagging on Cleveland today. Sorry, Browns fans, we love you.
I mean, everyone does. No, yeah,
but the same with the Bears. But I mean, I'm seeing it here locally too with the Bears. Like they're inept. They got it right finally with Ben Johnson, I hope. But the point is, Arvell Reese is in a very healthy situation, and what that does for player growth, I know it's not quantifiable, but it is absolutely impactful in how they develop as a player. Mm-hmm. And it is night and day what he'll be able to learn from the rest of his line, from the veterans, and now from a coaching staff that has a tremendous amount of experience, not to mention in the top market in the U.S., right? That's a lot of pressure that he has to deal with, but now is kind of protected, right? Because there's infrastructure there. So mm-hmm. I think that's an awesome pick. And yeah, he's going to be a monster, but don't sleep on my dinosaur arm, man. But Arvell Reese will be awesome.
I love it. I love Rueben Bain up there. I hope Rueben Bain's balls out. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's finish up today. Quick episode though, because sports is, I was going to talk about the Orioles, but I figured we don't need to really get too deep. Orioles are hot right now is the point. And like, are they legit or are they not? I mean, they're crushing the baseball and they were sellers at the deadline. And right now they are the next wild card team. They own the last wild card spot in the AL after they sold at the deadline. But naturally, the point of that whole stint was going to be they don't got the pitching. The hitting has actually been surprisingly okay, even though they don't. They have one of the lowest team batting averages. But yeah, let's do lineup builder to wrap up the day. We are going to do the Dallas Cowboys and give E-Man a shot at a perfect draft with his former team. So we'll stick with the Cowboys. Joey and I can kind of agree on some of these picks here on who we're going to do. So I think let's at least just do the lineup builder today. Make sure to go check it out on Sideliner Sports in the Sideliner Arcade if you have not already. It's been an awesome game, exceeded the expectations in terms of user sign up early on. So very excited to kick off that game and kind of see the feedback we've been getting from some fans has been really cool. We've changed up some things to make it a better ultimate game for the fans. So let's start with the Cowboys. Build their perfect lineup here. Let's build a perfect lineup for the Cowboys.
Oh, Can we do it? Kill us.
Let's see how this goes, man. All right, let's kick it off. We got to pick from quarterback. We got Aikman's. Oh man, can you zoom in, Joey? I can't even see. I'm getting old.
Yes, Grandpa, I can zoom in, no problem.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right, quarterback. First up, can you scroll up a little more? Scroll up. There we go. That's beautiful. All right, we got Aikman's 1994 best game, against the Bills. 6 touchdowns, 379 yards. We got Dak Prescott, his best game versus the Browns with 502 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 129 rating. Or we got Tony Romo's career card. RIP his career in the booth after his little stint.
Too soon, man.
Yeah, too soon. Sorry, Tony. Wisconsin legend. But his
Here
career
card.
Here we go, Jim. I don't know about that, Jim. 34,000 pass yards, 248 touchdowns, and 97 rating. 2 superstar cards, and the Dak best game card gets the legend here. Any of these jumping out at you, Joey, besides the fact that Dak is going to get us a higher stick? Can you flip those cards, that bottom left corner? Do we got any multipliers? I'm sure Ollie's going to have some multipliers to play with here.
Let's see. We'll go.
So Aikman gets 18% multiplier. Dak gets 5%, and Romo gets 10%. So, I almost want to go Aikman because I think there's going to be more Cowboys who played with Aikman than played with any of these other guys that we're going to pick from.
That's a good point.
And you get more multipliers that way, but I could be wrong. We might get Emmett if we get Irving. But I don't know, because did Dak play with Witten? Who are you thinking here?
Maybe for a year.
Aikman's got the best multipliers out of all these guys. But
yeah, I think you got to go with Aikman. I think you got to go with Aikman just for that safety of you're going to get Emmett, you're going to get someone in there. True. That'll come around. And
that's true.
I don't know. Does any stats really count in the 2020 season? I don't really know.
All right, take Aikman. We'll do it. I think most Cowboys fans would take Aikman as their all-time quarterback anyway. So now, hey, there we go. We get the Emmitt Smith career card, the Hall of Fame badge, the max out. I don't even got to go through the rest. We got the Tony Dorsett best season, which was great. Javonte Williams' best season was last year. Gold star card. We got to go Emmitt Smith. Let's not even make this difficult.
See how smart we are?
Oh, now what do we got? Oh, we got Michael Irvin career card too. Let's go. This is working out. We got the Michael Irvin career card, Bob Hayes career card. That's a throwback. Or Michael Irvin best game versus the once Redskins. So, again, probably pretty simple here, right?
Hall of Fame card, yeah.
Hall of Fame Mike Irvin. Pair him up. We got 3 teammates so far. This is going to be a great one. I'm feeling good about it.
And do you like his stance on retired jerseys, that whole viral
So what did he say on that?
He said he doesn't want Dallas to retire his jersey. He wants other people to wear it to keep him relevant, to keep his stardom relevant, to keep his records relevant versus a forgotten number that's sitting in the rafters. I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
CD Lamb's wearing it, so it all worked out. Yeah. What number was Dez? Because clearly in the game, Dez has got the wrong number, and I need to write down we need to change Dak's number on his cards. He's not 37. So we got to change that one.
Bob Hayes was 88 too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was 88. So they definitely kept it rolling, man. 88's the iconic number for the Cowboys. Yeah. Who do we go here? Are we going Bob Hayes career card or CeeDee Lamb's best season card? You want to flip those two?
Sure can.
Because Bob Hayes didn't play with any of these guys, and neither did CeeDee. But Bob Hayes does have, a third Hall of Fame tag would be nice.
Right.
I think CeeDee will, Des Bryant. He didn't play with any of these guys. Well, he's got some good multipliers on that star card, though.
Yeah, breakout game and a Sunday showcase for 12
So,
and 5 extra.
What are you thinking, CD or Bob? There's no real advantage either besides Bob's at the extra 5 base, but CD's got the higher multipliers. Both got an all-pro. Bob does have the Super Bowl stuff going. That counts. Oh, it's tough. I don't know. You pick. I'll let you pick CD or Bob. Bob Hayes. I feel like if I was a Cowboys fan, I would probably be sitting here and be like, I'd be having a really hard time leaving CD Lamb out of my all-time Cowboys lineup. Bob Hayes is in the Hall. He is in the Hall of Fame. So
I know we've gone classic. So
let me see. Bob Hayes. I'm just making sure. Is Bob Hayes actually in the Hall of Fame? Yes, 2009. He was a legendary receiver. You pick. I'll give you the reins.
I gotta go classic. We're doing a classic lineup here. We're going with Bob.
Classic.
Hayes.
Taking Bob. All right. Another Hall of Famer. Let's keep stacking, baby. All right. Jason Witten. He is not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he? Do I got to make an edit on this card? I'm glad we play this one. I need to make an edit. As a modern, he's a finalist. All right. So he's not a Hall of Famer, so he's cheating. Cheating, Jason Witten. Billy Joe Dupree, best game. Billy Joe Dupree, career. Or Jason Witten should just be superstar tier, not Hall of Fame on there. So the superstar tier is right, but 1,200, we got to take Jason Witten. There's
it's
no
Witten.
way.
He's
changed
the game. Yeah.
He just shouldn't have the Hall of Fame badge. Let's see. Should we get the perfect draft? If you click that, let's see what happens. No, we did not achieve a perfect draft for the Cowboys. We got 321 with 179 multipliers. We had to have gotten damn close there. If you scroll down to the bottom and see where this one ranks among all Cowboys, because that's got to be freaking close, man. Got a lot of great multipliers. All right, let's see that. View that. Go up. Number 3 of Cowboys drafts. Number 8 of NFL drafts. And we didn't get it. Interesting. We must have been real close, man. Shit.
Had to be.
We had to be really close. All right. Well,
it had to be. So I can't imagine what it would have gotten unless I screwed us without CD Lamb.
Honestly, it's probably the Aikman Hall of Fame career card would have done it instead of his superstar. Best game, best season card that we have, best game card.
Mm-hmm.
That had to have been it. Otherwise, maybe I don't know. Unless we got I don't know. We got Jason Witten. That's the best tight end. Man, that had to be.
That's damn close.
Damn it. All right. We'll get it one of these days.
You might not get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I wonder how he would have drafted. But all right. Until next time, we're gonna wrap it up there. Quick one today. But y'all have a great rest of the week. We'll see you Friday per norm. And talk to you then. See ya.